Hello everyone, I'm Miss Heather from the Tewksbury Public Library, and I'd like to welcome you to a new program, Mindfulness and Meditation for Kids. Today we are going to be talking about what they are and techniques that you can use in your everyday life. While this is aimed at children, anyone who is interested in joining is welcome to, and you can try this out with us. I personally am not an expert in this field, but I am someone who's interested. So what I did was I wrote out what I wanted to say. So if you see me referring to my notes, that's because I want to make sure that I'm giving you the best information and the right information about this practice. I believe in the importance of practicing being mindful and finding some time to meditate where possible. Today, we are going to be doing 3 different activities that are part of mindfulness and meditation. My goal with this monthly series is to build on the skills that we learned in the last session, so I hope that you'll be able to watch these in order. Before we jump in, it's really important to understand what mindfulness is. Mindfulness means thinking about and recognizing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Learning to recognize these emotions is a really important part of growing up. Once you're able to think calmly and pause before you act, controlling your daily emotions gets easier. You will learn to notice how you are feeling, both physically, in your body, and mentally, in your brain, and you'll be able to recognize those feelings in your daily life. Mindfulness is a state of being where you slow down, and you pay attention, and you relax. It is paying attention with care to one moment at a time. Mindfulness reminds you to think about and connect with yourself. It might not be comfortable or easy at first, so that's why we practice. Some days it will be easier for you to be mindful than others, and that's okay. People are often distracted or can have busy thoughts, so it really does take practice. Practice to use your senses to focus on one thing and learn to live in the present. Make a habit of pausing to become more aware of you. Try to fit in a few mindful minutes each day. You might find that you were less stressed out, that you were less distracted, and that you were less overwhelmed. Meditation is one part of mindfulness. During meditation, we practice becoming aware of our thoughts and distractions by bringing our focus back to our breath. Our goal in meditating is to bring this part of mindfulness to our daily lives, and so that we can use it when we notice that we're feeling a little bit distracted, a little bit out of sorts. And meditation is where we learn the ability to be present. Mindfulness is how we use the meditation or that ability to be present in everyday life as we move through our days. Meditation is both a skill and an experience that can positively impact your overall health and happiness. There's no such thing as a good or bad meditation. It's a practice. There's only awareness or non-awareness. The moment you realize that you're lost in thought, that's awareness. And that's when you can return to what you are focusing on, which is usually your breath. This is all you have to keep doing. Just return from your distracted thought to the breath, at the same time building up your awareness of what your mind is doing. With perseverance, you will be able to become less distracted by thoughts and more aware of the present and what's happening right in the moment. To practice mindfulness and meditation, it's important to be comfortable. A mindfulness practice can be done in one of 4 ways: sitting, standing, laying down, or walking. Many teachers believe that sitting is the best way, so I encourage you to sit today. You can do that by sitting on the floor, or you can find yourself a chair. When the body is upright, sitting down, both the body and the mind tend to be a little more alert and attentive, able to listen. At the same time, when we're seated, our bodies can relax a little bit and we can sort of settle into where we're sitting. So you really want to make sure that you are comfortable for today's meditation and mindfulness experience. You might sit on a cushion on the floor, like what I will do, or you also might sit on a chair. And when you sit on the chair, or the floor actually, you want your back to be straight and supported. So you might put your back up against the wall where you're sitting. And if you're on a chair, you might actually put a cushion or a pillow in between your back and the back of the chair. so that you are upright, but it's not effortful. You're able to be upright without really straining. Either way that you choose to sit, you want to make sure that your hands are either resting down by your sides or on your legs. You might need a pillow here and there just to help get you right into a better spot, maybe under you or behind you like we talked about before. If you choose to lay down for today's practice, that's okay. You can have your legs out straight or you can have your knees bent. You might want a pillow under your head or under your knees if you are laying down. And if you choose to stand, you want to stand with your feet shoulder width apart and have the feet parallel so that they're both going like this. And you also want to make sure that your knees are bent a little bit. You have soft knees, so just give a little bend if you're standing and meditating with us. And both for laying down and sitting, you might choose to have your hands over your belly, the right hand over the left hand. A walking meditation is a little bit more advanced, but we'll definitely do that in later sessions, but we won't touch on that just yet. So today, I'd like for you to find a sitting or laying down position that works for you, keeping your back straight and upright, but supported so that it's not effortful, it's effortless. Remember, if your position isn't comfortable, the rest of your body will tense up, and that might make meditating difficult. The first thing that we're going to practice today is spotlight focus. This helps us to get used to the idea of focusing our attention and get used to the idea of mindfulness, slowing down, paying attention, relaxing. You may follow along with what I'm saying and do each step with me as I say them. So first, I'm going to get into my comfortable position here. Have my cushion on the floor. I'm going to put my back against the wall, and then I'm going to put my hands, I think I'm going to put them together with my right hand over my left in my lap. I think that will be the most comfortable for me. So find your comfortable position and get ready for spotlight focus. So here's how we practice spotlight focus. First, you want to focus your eyes and your attention on one object that's in the room with you. You might point to it with your fingers as your focus stays there on that object and your eyes are looking at it. You want to notice its size, its shape, its color. Maybe you also will think about the purposes of that object, what it might be used for. And now move your attention to a different object in the room. This time, do not point to it. Take a few moments to think about this next object, the same kind of thing. Look at its appearance, maybe think about its uses, and try to keep your mind on that second object. If your mind starts thinking about something else, that's okay. Your attention can move, and it can wander and return and even just rest in one place. Recognize the fact that you started thinking about something else and bring your focus and attention back to that object. Let your attention be like a spotlight and bring your focus to another new object. When you practice this on your own, you want to spend about 10 seconds looking and focusing at each object in the room. You might notice that as you pay attention to one item, all the other items sort of go out of focus and might be a little blurry for you. And that's okay because you're focusing your attention and you're thinking really hard about one thing. And you're trying to keep your mind on it as well. All right, we're going to look at one more object, really focusing on its appearance, just like we did with the others. And mindfulness is about attention. Sometimes our minds drift and we start to think about all sorts of different things all at once. But with practice, we can notice what our attention is doing and we can return it and move it by choice like a spotlight. So we can return it to where it was and it will be like a spotlight. So when you are done focusing on objects in the room, close your eyes. Spend a few moments with your eyes closed and think about how your body and mind now feel. When you are ready, gently blink open your eyes. The next practice we will try is called feet, seat, and hands. This practice will help us to learn more about moving our attention to different parts of our body by creating sensations to focus on. This practice is usually done while sitting, but if you're laying down, that's okay. You can stay laying down if that's still comfortable for you. First, we're going to stomp our feet for the time that it takes to breathe in and breathe out one time. So be stomping while you breathe in one time and be stomping while you breathe out one time. Are you ready? Here we go. When you are finished breathing, you stop stomping your feet and now notice the sensation of your feet on the floor. Take a few minutes to notice how your feet feel after stomping. Next, we are going to move in our spots, in our seats. And if you are laying down, you can still keep laying down. You want to gently lean your body from side to side, back and forth 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the end of your 6th time, sit still and focus your attention on how your body feels. Can you feel where your body meets the surface that you're on? Maybe it's your bottom or maybe it's your legs. Take a minute or two to think about how that feels. And so lastly, we're on to the hands part. So rub the palms of your hands together while you count to 10 in your head. Here we go. When you get to 10, stop and place your hands palms down in your lap. And now focus your attention onto your hands. How do they feel after that? And so think about that and keep your attention there. Now, gently close your eyes and think about which spot was easiest for you to focus on. Was it your feet, your seat, your hands? Why do you think that's so? Take a few more minutes to reflect on this, and when you are ready, gently blink your eyes back open and be ready for our last part of our meditation practice. The last part of our mindfulness and meditation today is called the high 5 breath. This is also sometimes called the 5-finger breath. And this is a handy practice that will help you feel calm by paying attention to your breath. We don't always notice our breath, but it is there to come back to, and it's something that's calming, and it's something that you can focus your attention on. Focusing your attention on your breath is a great tool to calm your mind. In fact, I bet that when you've been really upset about something, someone who's trying to help you feel better might have said something like, calm down, take a minute, breathe. Breathing in can help you increase your energy, while breathing out helps to calm you. We will be matching mindful movement of the body with our breath to be extra calming. So what you'll do is you'll hold up one of your hands in front of you. It doesn't matter which one. You want to start at the outside edge of your thumb and use the index finger of your other hand to trace up to the top of it. And then you'll trace each of those fingers. So when you breathe in, you want to trace up on your finger, maybe pause at the top, and you breathe down, you trace down your finger. And you keep going all around your hands. And so you want to keep your breath steady, like calm ocean waves, gently going in and gently going out. And focus on that rhythm. So let's try breathing in, pause, and breathe out. And now the next one, in, pause, and breathe out. So you want to notice how that breathing feels throughout your body. Notice the air flowing through your nose and filling up your body. Notice where your breath goes in your body. And so once you've gotten all of your fingers traced and you've tried it on both hands, take a moment to close your eyes and reflect on the sensations that you felt while touching both your hands and while focusing on just your breath and focusing on how that breath felt in your body. And now, focus on how your mind was feeling when you were focusing on your breath. Did you feel calmer? Know that for the future, this calm place is only a few breaths away. Gently blink open your eyes when you're ready. You'll notice that at the end of each mindfulness and meditation practice, we took a few minutes to reflect and think about what we did and how it made us feel. Reflecting is a way to turn experience into wisdom. Wisdom is power, and it helps us when we're making decisions in our everyday life. Reflecting is really important. Some practices will work better for some people than others, And some people just might like certain things better than other people will. And you can think about which mindful practices work for you. Of course, you might want to practice a little bit more before you decide what you like the best. And you might not know this until you've practiced each of these techniques a few times. So I really do encourage you to practice within a few days, following along again with this video. And you may also choose to practice one technique more than others. Say you really like the high five breath, you might fast forward all the way until you get just to that one part. When you are ready, I encourage you to practice these without the video. Just practice them on your own, whenever you think you might need them. And you can also think about ways in which you would incorporate these practices into your daily life. Some people like to do them at night before they go to sleep, and they find them really relaxing. And some people like to do them in the middle of the day when they feel like they need a minute. So you can try to fit in a few minutes every day, whatever works for you. And for mindfulness to be helpful, you really do want to practice regularly. Today, we learned about mindfulness and meditation. We learned 3 practices that can help us in our daily life: spotlight focus, feet, seat, and hands, and also the high five breath. We learned that mindfulness is thinking about and recognizing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. We learned that mindfulness is a state of being where you slow down, relax, and pay attention with care to one moment at a time. We also talked about meditation. Meditation is one part of mindfulness where we practice becoming aware of our thoughts and distractions. We bring our focus back to our breath when we meditate. Our goal in meditating is to bring this part of mindfulness to the rest of our days. Mindfulness and meditation might not be easy or comfortable at first, so that's why we practice. I hope you enjoyed today's practice, and I hope that you'll remember to reflect on the way it makes you feel after each time that you get to practice. Thank you very much for tuning in today and following along with this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll also subscribe to our channel so that you never miss another video. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.